Hey, it is Smooth Tim and Larry E. And thank you for dropping in with us on another hump day on Tim's Tidbits. What's happening, Larry?
Killing, man, good. I'm on time kind of this week, kind
I,
of.
I see you're having some weather down there, yeah?
It's all right. We got a little rain, but you know how Texas is. Summertime is going to dry all that stuff up.
Is that over in Waco?
Yeah, it was actually raining
They had
pretty
some
much
big old, they
everywhere.
said some big old softball size hail over in Waco earlier today.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because that's one of the areas they send you on with your business. You get to
Oh,
travel all
all the
over
time.
Texas,
Yeah,
so yeah.
all the time. You know what? I haven't, my company van has not been held out yet. I'm waiting for it to happen.
Get yourself a new ride, new and improved
Yeah,
ride.
yeah, get a new joint.
Yeah, the hell beat the hell out of my new company van.
Right?
And I'm just saying. Anyhow, hey man, I'm glad everybody's with us. We'll keep it short and sweet tonight, but I don't know. I think we covered last week a little bit, Larry, that Fox is going to end up paying out a ton of cash. I don't know even know if I had those notes anymore. How
Yeah,
many?
we talked about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how many millions, they're going to pay out because of, them spreading the false accusations about the Dominion voting machines and knowing better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently they said bye to our buddy, one of our main assholes of the week, Tucker. Check it out.
Political story. Fox News announcing in the last hour, Tucker Carlson is out, effective immediately. Fox releasing a statement reading in part that Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that as a contributor. Mr. Carlson's last program was Friday, April 21st. Carlson and some of his fellow Fox hosts, of course, had come under incredible scrutiny in recent weeks, all ahead of Fox Corp's $757 million settlement with Dominion Voting Systems for a lot of what they had said on the air, which contradicted, according to texts and emails, with what they were saying privately about Trump and the big lie of the re-election. The 2020 election, announced moments before a trial that would have potentially had Carlson, Rupert Murdoch, Sean Hannity, and others taking the witness stand. Of all of those, of course, Tucker Carlson was the big moneymaker, the huge ratings chief of Fox News.
Hang on a second. Here's what I got to say. Tucker, they threw Tucker under the bus. That's what I think. Tucker deserved to get thrown under the bus. But they definitely threw him under the bus. And, what about the old man there that, hey, you're the head of the network, man. You knew what was going on. And isn't he the same person that's got some, sex allegations going on with his ass, too?
Man, that's damage control, man.
That's what that was all about.
That whole Fox thing is jacked up. They all jacked up, man. I'm like, they all, think about it. Once you pay out millions of dollars like that, I'm surprised nobody got killed.
$760 million.
Surprised nobody got clipped. You know what I'm saying? Because the mafia dudes, you start talking about some millions, somebody getting clipped.
And that's, yeah, but, it's kind of interesting how you always got to have a fall guy, don't you?
Yeah, but he got paid. You know what? I look at it like this, bro. I would rather be a millionaire fall guy than a broke ass fall guy. Because I know some fall guys that ain't making $30,000 a year and they the fall guys. I've seen them.
Well, I look at it a couple different ways, and let's get it real. I'm not a big fan of the guy because I think he does mislead people. I think he misrepresents information. Obviously, he got caught. Mm-hmm. However, he's worth millions. And
Yeah, I'm like, he's a millionaire foul guy.
And I'm sure that Queen and I was talking. Hi, Queen. Queen and I was talking that he's gonna probably be able to write his own ticket anywhere.
Yeah, he's gonna probably write a book. Shit, what else can he do when you're a millionaire?
Like he gives a shit. That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
that's the
I'm
whole
like,
thing. The whole pitiful thing is he's in a position where it really doesn't matter to him, and nobody's really looking at the whole picture. Yeah, they're looking. They got rid of Mr. Big Mouth, Mr. Propaganda, but there's a whole lot more to the picture. That's just.
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, I'd rather get fired as a millionaire instead of getting indicted and waste the money trying to defend myself in court. I'll take the firing. He's a millionaire.
Yeah.
Go to court and pay no lawyers and get all my money taken. Fire me. I'll take it.
Anyhow, you know what? And let's move on down to Tucker, and one of his best buddies is Donnie, and Donnie's got himself caught up to where there was allegations that this woman made. I guess we'd call it allegations at this time because now it's in trial of Trump raping her some years back while she was in a dressing room at a department store. So check us out. We'll come back and chat about it.
Former President Trump's civil trial in a rape case will not be delayed. A federal judge rejected Trump's request to reschedule the trial. His attorneys cited pre-trial publicity due to his recent indictment in Manhattan for allegedly falsifying business records. The civil case was brought by journalist E. Jean Carroll, and jury selection will begin on April 25th. She claims Trump raped her in the 1990s. Trump denies the charges.
So anyhow, yeah. That happened today, and apparently she made her first testimony today about it, but can't remember a lot of details about it, like exactly when it occurred. She just knows where it occurred and how it occurred. And the other interesting thing about it is apparently while she was testifying, Trump's on his media site, Truth Social, is that what that is? Something like that he's got. Anyhow, blapping off stuff, and the judge called his attorneys up and said, you're going to have to get your client to chill, or there's going to be some real issues, because we're going to call that witness intimidation if he's on there, hammering this woman as she's, making statements about what she alleged to happen.
Allegedly, he hammered her once already, so why are you going to double hammer on your website? And I'm like, man, you know what makes it, it happened in 1990.
Whatever. Okay,
it's 2023.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a statute of limitations on rape? I don't know.
I guess not. Apparently not, because I guess the Me Too movement is starting again. I went like Me Too. So I'm pretty sure another woodworks women come out the woodworks. But the crazy part about that is too, I hope she looked better back in 1990 than she does now. Because I'm like, Trump, really, all the money you got, why would you want to rape her?
No, they actually showed a picture of her went back in the day, and apparently he when he tried to claim that he didn't know her, but then when they showed her a picture of her from back at that particular time period, he mistaked her for Marla Maples. Marla would be, remember, his second wife. He goes, oh, look,
so he's saying he thought
there's
he was
Marla.
Sex with...
Yeah, so either she's not your type or she is your type, or yeah, maybe she has age, but whatever. And
I'm gonna tell you, man, they bringing out all this dirt on Trump now. They really don't want him to run. They really don't want him to be president again. I'm like, if this guy becomes... And do you think it's all, okay, let's say that, do you think it's all the Democratic faction, let's say, throwing that stuff out, or do you think maybe it's some of the Republicans that maybe don't want to see his ass run again? I'm not, well, it could be both sides. And then the thing about it is, 9 times out of 10, this stuff did happen. They just picking this time to throw it out to say, hey, we need to put as much dirt on this guy to prevent him from being back in office. So you notice when nobody, he was squeaky clean at the before he became president. Now all of a sudden all these things are coming up. They could have been said that stuff about that.
Timely release of bad information.
Yeah, it's all a scam.
Is that what you're saying? You timely release this stuff that makes you look absolutely horrible. And I mean, his only competition. No, here's the whole horrible thing is, and I was thinking about talking about this, and then I didn't. Is his only competition in the Republican Party is DeSantis right now, that guy from Florida, right? And then today, Disney is filed suit against DeSantis. saying that he's messing with all their money and that you know, it's politically driven and that they should have just as much right to freedom of speech as anybody else just because
I don't think DeSantis is going to be president though. You know, I only say that because DeSantis he's his Mexican, Puerto Rican,
whatever he is. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't.
It doesn't matter what he is.
Well, no, I'm just saying our racist country. That's how we already got the black dude in. They're like, we already got Barack. We don't want nobody else. They gonna find a good wholesome white guy. They gonna figure somebody out.
God, I wish they would. You know,
they'll put Trump back in there. They'll put Trump back in there before DeSantis makes it because this country is based on the WASP aspect, the WASP mentality, and that's just how it is. So I don't want to come off as racist, but I know how our country is. We got a racist country, and then if he's the only candidate,
against Biden, I mean, and Biden's what 90. You got to be like, I don't know how damn old he is, but I mean, come on.
If they're not gonna put Biden back in office until they find some better candidates because they don't want Trump.
Right. We agree on that. We agree on that, Larry. You're right. That's what I see coming down to. They don't want another black
dude. They don't want Hispanics. They don't want no Asians. They don't want a woman because Hillary could have. They don't want none of that. They want a white guy in office, and that's just how it's always been. You know, so I'm just saying. Look at all the presidents. I ain't even making it up. That's not even a lie.
Look, there's photographic. There's photographic proof.
Yeah, President Barack Obama.
That over 50% of the presidents were white men.
Yeah, he did. Former President Barack Obama did a great job as president. But like, I think that's it. That's as close as they're going to do, and maybe a woman. Other than that, I don't know. It's not going to be anybody else. That's how I look at it. I could be wrong, but I'm usually right about these things because I've always studied history and I know how history goes.
I don't even see a person out there, and I'm going to say person. Yeah. So I don't attach anything to it. How about that? We're not talking race, creed, color, nothing. Yeah, but I don't see a person out there right now that I would find fits the qualifications of a real good, unbiased, leader of the people.
Just a regular politician, like the former politicians, other than the ones that got impeached and Trump.
A person that actually is a person, and there's not somebody in their pocket. There's not. That's probably never going to happen.
Yeah, because everybody's in somebody's pocket though. So
but
it's all of us. Yeah. So but it's just that like I say, our country is funny, and I just feel that they'll put Biden back in office until they find a good candidate. Because I think everybody got a lot of dirt on them. People are afraid. I think there are possibly good candidates out there, but with the way how people compete with each other, all the mudslinging is going to come to the forefront, and then they're going to lose their steam because of all the dirt they've done. I'm like,
you make me think about even like the Supreme Court justices. Look what we was talking about. I'm
like, everybody got dirt on
everybody's got dirt on them. It's like, who do you trust? Who do you trust?
The more money you make, the more dirt you're going to have adhere to your body, especially when it comes to being a politician or being higher up. People going to convince you, influence you with money and bribes and this and this. And they're going to say, I ain't going to say nothing. You good. Don't worry about it. Oh, they recording that. They documenting that. And then as soon as something happened where you trying to do something big, they don't want you there. They're going to bring it up like they're doing Trump right now. And that's how people are. I'm not even surprised.
I'm not surprised either, but no, I look at what does happen in our country. Look what happens. We know that DeSantis is going after Disney, right, down in Florida.
Yeah.
Guess what they're doing in Texas?
We can't make this up, Jim.
We can't make.
I'm like, this is stuff that happens every day. Everybody sees it.
We can't make this shit up, people.
Racism, politics.
Let's call this a Senate bill that Texas thought would be a great idea.
What Senate Bill 1550 does is simply says that in every public school classroom in the state of Texas, there shall be posted a copy of the Ten Commandments. It prescribes the exact same language for the Ten Commandments, which is on our own Capitol grounds and which has been approved by the Texas and the U.S. Supreme Courts. And also, if you go to the U.S. Supreme Court, you'll also notice when you walk in, as an establishment of its role in law and liberty, the Ten Commandments is posted above the justices and on the doors. This is American tradition. If schools in Texas do not have it in their funding to do that, they can't accept private dollars for this. And with that, I would move suspension.
Secretary will call the roll.
Alvarado, Betcourt, Birdwell, Blanco, Campbell, Creighton, Eckhart, Flores, Gutierrez.
There's 17 ayes and 12 no votes.
There you go, Texas. You got to put
The Ten Commandments.
You got to put
I
the
shall
10
not
commandments.
steal, I shall not kill.
Thou shalt not
And
kill.
they're saying they don't have money in the budget to print on a piece of paper and put it in the frame.
And they want to put that up above the doorway as you come into the school. And if you don't do it, because it's all part of Texas funding, then you don't get Texas school public funding.
What about I shall respect my parents? I shall not disrespect my mother. I shall not. I'm like, they worried about
See,
the, what about those?
That's right. That's what I thought when I seen, and it's not. And you and I have also had this conversation. We are both God-fearing, God-loving people.
Yeah.
However, how can you say on to one fashion, you can't talk about this, but we're going to display our viewpoint right in your face when you walk in, even though you may not agree with it, because there's atheists in the country. That's the way it is. There's people who don't believe, right? Or they may be of another faith, right? So how about a Muslim? I mean, I don't know. But how do you do that? How do you do that, Larry?
That doesn't have anything to do with these kids learning. I already have a problem with the curriculum. All right, when it comes to what they're teaching these kids, our kids, they're not teaching them anything that's valuable. This is what I look at. They're teaching our kids to learn, not teaching our kids to be somebody. That's what they're doing. Now, learning is like, I'm going to sit there and listen to you teach me something all day. You teaching me how to learn, how to listen to you. Math is different. Writing English, math, and spelling. I can understand that. But social studies, all this other bull crap, the history, what is that for? So you teaching me how to sit there and listen to you and learn, but you're not teaching me how to be someone. Why you're not teaching law? Why you're not teaching economics, or real economics? Why you're not teaching stuff that you need in order to IT? You can teach some of those things. It don't have to be college courses. You're not teaching these kids to be anybody. You're teaching these kids to take tests, learn how to take tests, learn how to listen to a teacher, learn how to sit still. You're teaching them how to do just to be damn robots and minions. You're not teaching them how to be individuals, anybody.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay. And it makes this, if it's not a football or anything like that, they really don't push it. But especially Texas, I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I heard. What are you teaching these kids? We bring religion back in school.
I don't know. I didn't find it offensive in any way. I found it confusing.
I'm like, why?
Because you're gonna sit there and say you can't talk about this. You can't talk about gender identification or any of this other stuff that we don't want, right? Well,
I see what it dawned on me, Tim.
But
I got it.
But we're going to put our viewpoint right here. I don't care if you are a Muslim. I don't care if you're a Buddhist. I don't care what your ideals are. This is from the state of Texas. This is what our ideals and our, perspective of it is.
I think the Republicans are trying to bully the liberals because, we had the discussion about books about gay people and this and this and this. If they said they want to take that out, so they're trying to get rid of those, which the kids need to. Okay, I read a kid learn about history that's bullcrap, then learn read about man on man and woman on woman.
Right.
And again, so now they're pushing this in to counteract to get that stuff out. So they're trying to bring religion back when they took it out.
That's why I said that's not right. If you can't concede a viewpoint to one, you shouldn't be able to force that viewpoint upon another.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
I think it starts taking away some of your freedoms.
Yeah, but you're dealing with kids. Kids have more. They have a lot of things to worry about compared to what it's different. It's different now compared to the kids being younger. When we were younger, it wasn't all that complicated. Kids have complicated lives now. It's harder for them. So you can't make it too hard for them. Now you're starting to push these separate, different agendas on them. You can't have that book, but now you got to read this and understand this and go by this. Now you got to start saying the national anthem every morning when school starts. It's part of. It's going to be an intercom. I'm like, what's going on?
I remember when we used to do that. We did the Pledge of Allegiance every day.
Yeah, the Pledge of Allegiance, exactly. But now they directing their negative energy towards these children, and we see what they're doing. They are teaching these kids to be the same way they are. That's why we can never end discrimination, racism, hatred, and all these negative things that's going on. We can never end bigotry. I always pronounce that word wrong.
Yeah, bigotry,
and we can never get rid of that suppressive types actions because it's being taught. Now they're trying to teach it to our kids again. It's okay to teach God because God is God. It doesn't matter whether you're Muslim, Christian, Baptist, whatever. If you believe in God, you believe in God. Now, everything is broken down to separate depending on what you are. So, but still, leave the kids alone, man. They got to worry about active shooters. They messing with our kids.
You know, there's enough pressure on these kids.
Yeah, it's different now. These kids got out so much technology to deal with, and their minds are everywhere. You gonna do this crap? This is a grown folks issue. This ain't no kids issue.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, most of them are concerned about, you know, their social media profiles and are they popular, and this other stuff is really of a non-concern to them in a lot of different
and the kids
ways.
don't care about what I shall not. I'm like, the hell out of here. That's what you learn from your parents.
Yeah.
If you can't learn those from your parents, then you assed out. Then you're a terrible parent. If you can't teach your kids those amendments.
Yeah, you in trouble already. You in trouble deep already. You're right.
Yeah, and if you're a bad kid, you're just a fucking bad kid. Ain't gonna be a bad kid, read the sign, it's gonna be good today because of that sign. You your ass out of here, man. That's bull crap.
Anyhow, hey man, you know that besides, let's move back to Donnie for a second. You know, Donnie's besides his rape allegations, and his meddling in the Georgia elections allegations, and Manhattan attorney, right, for income tax and all. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the other night, just the other night over the weekend, Trump gave a little speech while he was hosting an event at Mar-a-Lago, or maybe it's Bor-a-Lago. I don't know what it is. Check it out.
To stop the local Marxist prosecutors who release rapists and murderers while persecuting conservatives, on day one of my new administration, I will direct the DOJ to investigate every radical DA and Attorney General in America for their illegal, racist, in reverse enforcement of the law.
Racists in reverse, Donald Trump tells us. Which, of course, is Donald Trump's way of saying that he's very unhappy about the fact that you have African-American prosecutors, Fani Willis, Letitia James, Alvin Bragg, looking at his life. He doesn't want black people investigating him. Can we just all be very, very clear about that? That is what is pissing Donald Trump off more than anything else.
How does he know that? Because
he's talking, all these attorneys that are going after him, are ethnic. So he doesn't, how dare you sit there and come after me about my business and falsifying tax documents? How dare you? How could you come after me about having sexual contact with that woman that she wasn't a willing participant of? How dare you?
Well, you know what?
I mean, don't you know that's Donald Trump?
I think it's appropriate, but I think it's a chess move because this is gonna sound racist. What I'm finna say.
Not you.
But I know, right? I ain't saying I'm right, but it's gonna sound racist. I be seeing stuff. But Trump is a white guy, rich white guy. A lot of people follow him in America. He's part of the WASP, I think. And you don't want other white people pulling him down and making him look bad. So you basically, it makes it look like the white people are not sticking together like they should. So why not send in the darkies? I ain't gonna say the N-word. I ain't gonna say the N-word because I don't want to say the N-word. Why not send the darkies in? The white, I'll tell you, the white congregation that doesn't like Trump are giving the darkies the information to go at Trump. because black people don't care about Trump like that. We gives a rat ass about him. That's not our guy. So who's pushing us towards to mess with this guy? It's the white congregation, but they don't want to do it themselves because they don't want to show that they separating themselves from a prominent white person that's been in America. I'm just saying.
So your conspiracy theory is the white majority having the black minority make a major move on a major player to make it so it doesn't look like the actual minority is really doing what the majority is really doing what the minority is directing from the majority.
Yeah, basically. If you're playing chess.
Have I totally confused you?
No, you good. Basically, if you're playing chess or checkers, all the pieces on the board are black. Okay. The pieces on the board are black.
What if I'm the white side?
No, it don't matter. No.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
It don't matter because the white side is not doing nothing.
The white side's just sitting there doing.
The white side, no. The white side is the hand that's moving the pieces.
So the white side's sitting there playing with its pawn.
Exactly.
Okay.
Everybody on the board. Donald Trump is the board, and the pawn are on the board, and the hand that's moving the pawns are the white people. The black people on the board are all the pawns and pieces.
I understand. Trump. I'm messing with you.
So,
you know.
And it makes sense. Because I would do that. If I was trying to destroy a black leader, and we were the majority, I was trying to destroy a black leader, but I was still trying to show the world.
You covertly do it through white people?
That we still good. Yeah, send the white people after the black leader. Don't send my people out and break down the black person because black people want to break them down. No, I want to show togetherness and like we're in continuity. So send in the white people to do it. So that's what they're doing. It's smart.
That would be more. Yeah, you could do it covertly like that. Yeah, you kind of mask what you're really doing.
From a brother standpoint, a black man standpoint.
But either way, I mean, and the other thing, and it's funny because you'll hear his defense. He's innocent, or she's not his type. And what about Hunter Biden? What about his laptop? It's like, my God, how long are you going to beat that dead horse, right? Is that all you got? It's the same thing back and forth. The Biden family's dirty because of this and that. The Trump family is dirty because of their business dealings or Donnie's dirty work. So whatever. Yeah.
Well, and I look at it this way: all the resources and the money and the time it's going to take to really get at Trump, from all the connections he has, the minority does not have that power and those resources to do it. So who's backing him?
Yeah, wasting our taxpaying dollars.
Yeah, well, who's backing him? Why are we worried about Trump? We're not. We're worried about ourselves and maybe moving forward and trying to get a piece of the American pie. Trump is not the piece of the American pie. He's not our leader. We don't look up to Trump. Trump is because he's not us.
No, he doesn't represent us. That's the interesting thing is he really does not represent.
Yeah. So why are we worried about pulling him down? That's not one of us. We don't, and we're not going to pull our person down. Not like that. We might talk shit about him behind his back, but we're not going to pull one of our people down that's up top. Even the Clarence Thomas, the justice, the black dude that's
yeah.
We're not going to pull that man down. We might talk shit about him, but we're not going to pull him down. We'll send somebody down. The white people will, but we ain't.
It'll be interesting to see. There's nothing going to happen to Clarence Thomas either.
No, he's good. He's good. I'm like, he's connected. I'm like, he's good.
That's just it. It's just a bunch of
and I respect that.
Drama.
You know what, Tim? I respect anybody, whether they're black, white, Hispanic, or whatever the hell they are, or LGBTQ or gay or straight. I respect anybody that can be smart enough to put themselves in a position to be that powerful, to get all this media. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Period. Now, if they use racism to get it, then I got a problem with that. Discrimination and suppression. But I got to respect the person because if I had it, I would probably use it, but I wouldn't use it in that manner. But I got to respect that, man. They're in a position of power. They can make moves. Who doesn't want to do that?
I hear you. Hey, man, you talked a little bit about, and that's when we was up in there about making these rants. Did you? And what are you going to do when you actually, defame a person, or you're out there, making remarks that are anti-Semitic, and causing this violence against people based upon their race, creed, color, religion, sex, all of this. It appears that Florida besides hating on Disney, is actually trying to do something about it. Check it out.
Right now, Volusia County officials are investigating after they say members of neo-Nazi groups displayed anti-Semitic messages outside of the Daytona 500, and they say the demonstrators were trying to provoke officers into arresting them so they could sue the police department for violating their First Amendment rights. This is the latest example in a rising number of reported anti-Semitic incidents across the state, which is why Florida lawmakers on both sides are pushing a bill to define anti-Semitic acts like these, from handing out pamphlets to stalking to displaying swastikas, as hate crimes.
All Floridians, particularly those of the Jewish faith, have the right to quiet enjoyment in their community and the right to practice their faith.
That bill would also raise the penalty for these crimes from a misdemeanor to a felony. Currently, it is in the House Criminal Justice Subcommittee under review.
Now that could make things interesting.
No, I'm pissed off.
What?
He said especially the Jewish community have the right to do whatever they want to do and like worship quietly. why are the Jews so important compared to the German race and the black race and the Asian race and every other race? What makes them so special?
I would say, if you want to answer that question, why don't you do a hard look at the numbers of Florida and see how many white people identify themselves as Jewish Americans, and see if that has anything to do with the political viewpoint of those individuals.
We talking about America, Tim. America.
You asked the question. I was just answering a way for you to get an answer.
I got you. Now, I ain't talking about you bullshit. I'm saying that we talking about the United States of America. People saying especially this.
And it shouldn't be especially anything. It should be especially anybody.
No, well, everybody should be involved.
Right.
Everybody that was suppressed and taken advantage of or
I don't care.
But let's talk about the slaves. I swear, I don't know what happened to Jewish people here in America, but it didn't happen the way it happened to slaves in America. Are you talking about in America especially? No, you need to direct it towards the Black Americans who have no identity. We have no identity in this country. Everybody in this country can say there's something other than Black people. You can. What's your Irish? Am I correct? Well, what's your background?
Yeah, Irish.
Irish. Okay. What about Asian people? What about Puerto Ricans and Mexicans or whatever? Black people from African descent in America have no identity. And every time our rights are always infringed upon, and we're always taken advantage of them, suppressed economically, physically, socially, the whole nine. So I take offense to that when he says especially Jewish in America. No. America, Black people, African Americans, the ends, the brothers and sisters, we've been crucified and we still are. No. And we still don't have any higher positions in the government, super high positions. It's a small piece of us, but it's no majority. We still getting treated like crap. So that's bull crap what he said. Talking about especially Jewish. In America? No, not here in America. Maybe where Hitler was or whatever. Mm-hmm. No, in America, no. We got treated like crap. Jews ain't got nothing on us in America, the way they did us. Assassinated our leaders and everything like that when they come from Martin Luther King and all the other ones. Man, get out of here with that crap. But I'm done ranting. But I can understand what he's saying, though. I want to make sure the viewers see that. We talking about America. America, not everywhere else in the world, but America. I know what happened in America. I know the history of this country. So
right.
Use his words wisely.
Yep, and it really that. And there's a lot of sometimes, and it depends. And unfortunately, for the majority of the Black American culture, they have lost ancestral roots. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of information to trace you back past the 1800s.
It's so embarrassing, bro. It's really
I would think the 1800s, because when did slavery ended in what, 1850, 1860, right? Yes.
Yeah, we have been stripped of our culture completely, and then we've been assimilated to be Americans by fighting in the Civil War and wars and building the country and the railroads and the oil, whatever. But yet, at the end of the day, we have no true identity because we're not Africans, but we got African descent. But we've been so watered down with different nationalities and different ethnicities and races, we really, a black man, a black woman in America really don't have an identity.
That's true with any American, but that's true with any American. You're so watered down that there's nobody there's German, English, Irish, French.
Well,
I mean,
say German, they got to understand, but you can't say about Mexicans. I'm like, Mexicans, they know what they are. And then Indians, I'm just can't say everybody. The Germans, that would be a good argument. Germans, Irish can be a good argument because the immigration part was so big.
Hey,
yeah.
You don't know.
You can argue that one.
You know, actually, you said, what's your heritage, Tim? And I've got English heritage, I've got German heritage, I've got Irish heritage, and the majority of my heritage is actually English. But
do you kind of? But how do you feel? Do you feel you are American because of how you fit in with the country? How do you feel about being an American? Do you feel that you fit in and you belong here?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't feel that way.
Really?
I don't feel that way. And a lot of other black people and black women, black men, black women considered black or whatever, they don't feel that way. So and that's how we feel to this day now. And it's sad and it's embarrassing because
but you've put your family and you're still doing it today. Your blood, sweat, and tears are building the industries. Whether you're working in industry, you're working in a hospital, as some of your family may be, whatever the case is, you're contributing to the growth of America. So, are you part of America? Hell yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Are you always made to feel a significant part of the growth of America? That's where you're lacking. That's where you're not.
Yeah.
That's not where you're given the kudos that should be given. You're contributing.
And what makes me
you
mad
belong.
what he said. That's why I ran it, because he said especially. You can't do that as a politician. That's when you singling out everyone else is not. Okay, his point is to prevent people from treating that race of people a certain way. But when you sit there and single out this race of people and do the same thing with it and push everybody else to the side, that's the problem. That's what happens with black and white. Black people will say black power, then white power.
Don't you think some of that comes on the damn audience they're in front of?
But he should be smart enough
when they're in front of these
a certain,
and it could have been a Jewish audience. I don't know.
He can't do that.
And he's just, and especially the Jewish people,
especially
but not thinking ahead of the game. Wait a minute, now Larry's got to see this. Larry's got to see this and think, well, he don't give a shit about black people. I mean, he's just singled out the Jews.
And then the people that don't like Jews, he's gonna piss them off even more. What about us? Oh, so now the Jews are up here.
So you're right.
Down here.
That's why you said that, and
bro.
I think that's why earlier in the when we was talking, I made the analogy a person.
Yeah, that's exactly
person. And it is people that made up the United States that we live in. It's people. It's people that are making it good. It's people that are fucking it up.
It's like the crazy part is like everybody came together to build this country, whether they were slaves or not, or whether they worked for, made a lot of money, didn't make a lot of money. They came together to build this country, and everybody has deep roots in America. Probably the most diverse country in the world. That's why everybody loves coming here. But we do not need assholes like that saying that, especially Jews or especially. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a brother, but I'm not going to say especially black people or especially Martin Luther King was great in not doing that. President Barack Obama was great in not doing that. The greatest leaders would not use that language to create a division between people in general, especially in ethnicities of people saying, especially this one, especially that one. I'm listening to this guy like this dude's a fucking idiot, and he's a politician. All these idiots.
Yeah, I don't like anything being particularly singled out.
Even if he had a good point when he did that, he lost me.
Yeah,
he lost me. I'm like, no, Jews are not better than blacks. Blacks are not better than whites. Whites are not better than blacks. Mexicans not better than Asian. Asians not better. No, we all have something to bring to the table, and we have to do that. But it's always that.
We're all
I'm
people.
never gonna say
we all people.
I'm never gonna say my race is better than another race. Nah, I love all races. We all have something to bring to the table, but people gotta stop putting these idiots in charge.
You know what? There's some very impressive people, and there are some very negative individuals in
It's every race,
every race.
ethnicity, every race.
You know,
but
so,
no one is better than the other one. But it's all based on power, property, and prestige, and who has it. Yeah.
There we go.
That's
And
how it
speaking of
is.
power, prestige, and prestige, let's get on to your favorite area, and that would be oh yeah, let me put that up. The asshole award. Blam. And this is short and sweet, but anyhow, we do know that well, maybe not. Maybe we don't know. Hell, I don't know. Let's watch this and find out.
Governor, polls show you falling behind Trump. Any thoughts on that?
I'm not a candidate, so we'll see if and when that changes.
There you go. There's DeSantis. And his comment about how you feel about falling behind Trump in the polls. I'll let you know if I win. I might.
Man, personal agendas, man. Everybody's worried about what they're worried about. They don't care about the people.
I mean, I gotta watch that. You gotta see that again. This guy is such a trip.
He don't care about the people. He's care about his
Governor, polls show you falling behind Trump. Any thoughts on that?
I'm not a candidate, so we'll see if and when that changes.
The guy that did it to him was an asshole. He's an asshole of the week messing with that guy.
That was funny.
How's it feel following behind Trump? Like, man, it couldn't be a brother. I'm like, what? Follow behind?
Yeah, how's it feel to have Trump kicking your butt in the polls?
I'm like, bro, I don't fall behind nobody, homie. You know, I am what we do. I'm a brother. I'm Larry, man. What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, I thought that was funny
myself.
I was like, that was funny.
Now, there was more how he cleaned it up. That's smart, what he should have said. What he said was, I give him that when I get, because he could have been a dick about it.
Yeah, he could have went off on the guy, but yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, anyhow, hey, Larry, tell us how it is, man.
Hey, check me out on LRE Fitness. We keep you moving. Check me out. You can do me. I can't. Here I go, Tim. Stuttering. Damn it. Wednesday. All right. Facebook. Check me out. LRE Fitness Solutions. LRE Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving. You can also check me out on IG. LRE Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving. My tip of the week. I think a proud week to talk about this. When you go to the gym, have on a proper attire. I was in the gym recently, and this girl made me mad because she was on the treadmill with some flip flops. She just helped. A baby was actually standing on the side of the treadmill when she was exercising and walking, and she was working out in some hoochie mama clothes. Please, people, put on the proper attire when you go to the gym. For one thing, flip flops are not safe on the treadmill, and you should not have your children. Her baby had to be about 1 or 2, smaller than that. You should not have your children in your workout area because it's not safe, and an accident could happen, and your kid could get hurt, and you can hurt yourself by not wearing a proper attire. Tennis shoes, all right, not clogs, not comeback boots unless you're doing some powerlifting and you're not doing any running. Wear the proper attire. LRE Fitness Solutions, we keep you moving. Instagram, that's IG, and check me out on Facebook. There you have it. Talk to him, Tim.
There it is. Hey, well, I think we covered it today. We was talking about some of these unhinged people that are leading our nation. And, hey, it comes down, be a good people person. You don't listen to your subordinates, listen to the people, and whether it's your work family or whether it's your family, listen with a good ear and listen objectively to what they're having to say. And it's not always the best idea to, infringe, your perspective onto a person, just like we talked about what they're doing down in Texas with this Senate Bill 1515. Everybody has an opinion, and we should always listen to everybody's opinion objectively, because behind every opinion, there's usually some basic idea that, or principle that you could apply and come into a concession. And that's what it's all about. Being a good leader is listening and coming to concessions. And that's what we need in this United States right now, is a good leader who knows how to listen and, not think that, they're up and above and beyond the law, or that we think they're just too old to lead this country. We need somebody young, and we need somebody like you. And we know that there's somebody out there listening to this, Larry, and somebody that is ready to get up there, hey, strap on the boots and lead this country to where we need to go.
Yes, teach your kids to be leaders, and teach your kids to love people.
That's what it's all about.
And teach your kids to exercise too. Exercise is very important. All right, people, give me about an hour. If you give me an hour a day, I'll be happy with that. Hour a day or a couple of hours, 3 times a week. You know, we can work out, exercise, blow off some steam, stress.
There we are. Hey, man, real quickly, before we leave, did you see where the U.S. is getting everybody cleared out of Sudan? Did you catch that on the news? They had the SEAL Team 6 come in with helicopters in the middle of the night and get everybody out of the embassy and shit.
So they finna start, what is wrong with this world, man?
Sudan, they've got some issues, man. Yeah, that's what I sit there and think. I think, where aren't there issues?
I'm like, we don't have to do that. People don't have to be that way towards each other.
It's like all 4 corners of the earth, there seems to be some type of, aggravation.
No, lack of communication, and there is war that's going on, and they already got all the allies already plotting against each other or with each other against another. It's just ridiculous. 2023, we still can't get along.
Hey, but, we're figuring out a way to get to the moon, man.
Where's Rodney King at when we need him? We all get along, man.
We'll be on the moon soon. So
what we gonna do on the moon, Tim? We're gonna be up there fighting too. We're gonna be at the moon fighting over some dry ass rocks that look like salt or something. Fighting over a pothole.
They're fighting over a big crater.
Fighting over a cave. So what's on the moon? They'll find a reason to fight on the moon.
That's a U.S. crater.
No, I was.
It's a U.S. crater. That's Soviet crater. That's Soviet crater. U.S. pig, you keep your hands off Soviet crater.
Yeah, you need to keep your crater away from my crater. I can't move this damn crater. I'm like, wait, people just,
I know, man. Let's let people.
They do it because they need to exercise and blow off their steam. Get into the gym, people.
That's right. Do something. Just get along. That's all we're asking you to do is just get along.
Rodney King should run for president.
There we go. They beat that.
He just said his whole campaign. Can we all get along?
Can
Rodney King, what are you going to do about homeless people? Can we all get along?
We'll all get along. We're out of here, man.
What are you going to do about the war? Can we all get along? Rodney King, Trump said you smell like shit. Can we all get along?
Yeah, we just all get along. Man. Hey, tell them until next week. Larry and I are out of here. Peace, man.